in Eugene, Oregon brings a new page on the calendar and a new season on the court in one of the Big Ten's newest college basketball towns. Peyton Scott and Deja Kelly as the guards. It'll be Alexis Whitfield and Amina Muhammad rounding out Kelly Graves' starting five in today's exhibition. Tip is up and the ball is won by Oregon. They'll start things off in possession here to begin their 2024 season. Quick pass inside to Bell. Salas to her right, heads for the basket, but it's no good. We have a whistle on the play. Looks like it's going to be Oregon basketball. Scott back to Kelly. Kelly inside. And it looks like the shot attempt will come from Scott. That one's good.
And Alexis Whitfield working.
In her second year as a Duck. Meanwhile, Grossbeck trying to get to the basket. We'll get it over to Saunders. Her shot is no good. Deja Kelly pushing the pace. Guarded by Salas and will now go to the bucket. Her first shot as a Duck is no good, but another whistle. Graves in the transfer portal. Deja Kelly, the prize acquisition, hits her first, comes to the Pacific Northwest to join the Ducks, and misses her second free throw.
Foul shot there. However, when she shoots a three like that, she needs to be able to follow her shot.
And a turnover by Scott. She gets it to Kelly, who's no good. On the second effort, that shot put up by Muhammad, the transfer from Texas. Her second free throw attempt is. She'll get it away to Tonkin. Tonkin back inside. This one put up by Saunders. It rattles home. Warner Pacific's on the board.
Plus girl in her face. She's willing to fade back and take that shot.
Peyton Scott puts up the three. It's no good. Looking for her second shot from distance of the game. This one goes out of bounds.
The more you can spread out different players, the better it is.
And another turnover for the Ducks. It's Whitfield going back the other way. She lays it in off the glass. 8-2, Oregon leads. More points. Scott to Whitfield for three. No good. Left it just a little short. Another transfer for the Ducks checks into the game along with the gold medalist, Elisa Mevius. So a completely new look for Warner Pacific, who goes right to the basket. Tonkin's shot is no good. Shot, no good. Rebound again by Mevius. To the basket, Fiso with the score. The true freshman gets to the... Falatea out of BYU gets it inside to Fiso. It's going to be a three attempted by Falatea, no good. Rebound there picked up by Atute. It's going to be a shot attempt, it looks like, coming up here from Salas. Salas instead gets it away to Tonkin. Tonkin tries to get to the basket, no good. A rebound there by Atute. Over to Sarah Rambis, who's looking to get it inside to Atute, who scores with authority at the basket, using that size to her advantage. Gets the bucket. So Emily Fortin going to try and get to the basket. It's blocked by Fiso. Fiso got a hand on it. It looks like it went out of bounds on her, but an athletic. It's going to be intercepted by Fiso again, using her speed to get across the court. Looking to go coast to coast, and she scores. So the energy, Kelly Graves, a
scout grade from ESPN coming into the season, and like Kelly Graves said, bringing a lot of energy to the basketball court.
That time it was Falatea trying to get to the basket. Brody, the Eugene native now in the game, looks to get it to Salas, but it's another turnover for Warner Pacific. There's Rambis going back the other way, looks to get to the basket, but is fouled. Another foul against in the offseason, including this fall. The ranges in 2024-25. 1 of 2 on the free throws. Makes it
especially from players who are young and trying to make a name for themselves, who are new to this team. That's the point of an exhibition game. That's what you do.
And Tonkin goes into Rambis hard in the paint. Just a lot of struggles from the night so far, just getting the ball through the net. As Fiso will try another shot. It's good. 4 points off.
Super confident out on the floor today.
Another turnover for the Knights. It's Mevius going back towards the basket. Euro steps to her left and lays it in. Pounded by the Oregon defense. Forced to get it away, and it goes right to Mevius again. Mevius to Atute, who scores. Long for 3, no good. And the rebound will go to Warner Pacific. Long pass from Salas, and it goes through the hands of Saunders.
And you want to try to move the ball.
As Filipina Che checks in the game, doing her thing in the low post. Gets it to the basket, but it rims out.
So you're hitting the perfect square in the back of the rim. Instead just throwing the ball up, you still have to maintain form.
Scott gets it to Che, who scores. Took 3 attempts.
Moves on top of the key there. A senior trying to make a name for herself now at Warner Pacific.
Brody going to try the 3. This one's good. And the Eugene native feeling. Ashlyn Campbell trying to get it inside to me, who has it wrestled away by Deja Kelly. Kelly goes down to it, fighting for the ball. No, over to Long, who turns around and will put up the mid-range shot. No good, but guess who? It's Philly Che on the rebound. It's what she brings to Oregon, so dominant in the post as she picks up another board.
Oregon.
And Kelly just returned to practice this week. Had been dealing with some injuries to her lower half, as had Filipina Che, but both of them active and playing.
Cut, and even though Shea was there to try to stop her, her feet were not set, and that brings her to the
misses her second free throw, and the rebound goes to the newbie inserted Amina Mohammed. Fiso back the other way, a nifty pass inside to Tute, who scores the freshman connection.
Play from her there, waiting for the Warner Pacific, who's coming in hot, to go blow past her and just put the ball up for an easy layup.
And our first look at Blake Barbie, who puts the shot up, pulling that trigger. This one comes up a little long. Pushing the pace back the other way is Grossbeck, who just has it ripped out of her hands by Kelly. It's going to be a foul, or no, a jump ball.
Flying in, making sure that she can get her feet set and just go up with nobody else around her.
Fiso showing off the handle a little bit, gets it to Mohammed, who scores.
Can get the ball over any of these Warner Pacific girls and put a shot up.
And Fiso gets the ball right back. She scores again. The freshman, Katie Fiso, all over the score. Will look to make her first collegiate start this season as Grossbeck gets it to Tonkin, who will score. Tonkin definitely the most confident among this Warner Pacific, and it's Grossbeck who passes it right to Mohammed. Kelly hit the deck on that one, but up with no issue, and guess again, it's Fiso who scores again.
Her again looking as confident as ever.
And that will be the 16th turnover for Warner Pacific. Sets up Deja Kelly's attempt, and she scores easily.
Aired out from the pressure that Oregon's putting on them, like you can see just now, another turnover for the Oregon Ducks.
Kelly to Atute for two. And that's going to set up a
by Amalia Sales, trying to keep the ball in play, but Warner Pacific just moving a little too quickly for the girls to keep up with.
Deja Kelly drains the three. Picture perfect jump. Kelly, a long pass, finds Fiso. Fiso, no look pass to Mohammed, whose shot is no good. Rebound by Atute, who scores it. Grossbeck with this one taken away by Bell. Philly Che back in the game as well. This one goes ahead to Ari Long. Underneath to Mevius. No problem on the layup. Oregon moving. Brings a diversified approach as Emily Fortin is guarded by Long. Looks to get to the bucket. And this one's good. 44-10 as we approach the 3-minute mark. And yet another touchdown for the Knights. Sets up the 2-on-1. Long going to take it herself and score it herself. Nothing falling for the Knights here in the first half. A three from Bell. That one's good. Sophia Bell puts it in. Again, it's Rhodey. We've seen her hit a three already tonight. She drains the mid-range shot. Back in the scoring column is best attempt to get a shot up, but the height disparity there, very evident. That one goes up and over the rim. Inside to Mevius, who scores on the other end. On shots so far tonight. Will cross over once, guarded by Solis. Gets right to the basket and scores. Make it 4 for 4 as Mevius in the game. Or at least Mevius not in the game, excuse me. To go along with Nani Falatea. Warner Pacific's Amalia Solis looks to get, and taking it back the other way will be Falatea. Inside to Sarah Rambis, and Rambis easily scores. Gets it off the glass and in.
Always has eyes on the entire court.
Again, it's Falatea back the other way. Looks to get it to Whitfield, who easily penetrates and easily scores.
Whitfield was able to get to the basket because Muhammad saw her coming and cleared a lane for her, which again takes high IQ, takes that connection that this new team already has.
There's Grossbeck and me on the court to begin the third quarter for Jimmy Smith's team as Sarah Rambis knocks down the easy mid-range jumper. Sir, there's 6 players on this Oregon roster over the 6-foot mark, so their size made 2 for 2 earlier tonight. Gets another one there. And once again gets the ball right back. Looking to take it to the basket, steps to her left, and lays it in. Elisa Mevius putting on a and who else but Mevius on yet another turnover. She'll get it to Scott, who scores the easy layup. Elisa Mevius to Peyton Scott. Forces the time. Looking to go coast to coast. Gets it to Fiso, who gets it to Scott. Back down inside. Atute with the score. No matter the line, once again the ball is picked by Mevius. She can take her time, and she scores yet again. Another turnover leads to a bucket from Elisa Mevius.
And you can tell how they see Defensive Player of the Year, and that's not for nothing.
Defensive Player of the Year picks up another steal and another score. Feels like we're living in Groundhog Day again and again. Me cross the 30 mark for turnovers. 3 attempted there, comes up short. That one was taken by Kiki Brooks, the junior guard for the Knights, but we keep harping on the turnover.
I'd say 2 freshmen who have shown that they deserve to be here.
Another turnover. Who else but Elisa Mevius? She scores it yet again. Sounding like a
leave with an applause from the fans that shows how you've already established yourself as a player that's going to be so good for Oregon this year.
This one falls.
For a backdoor cut, losing her defender there.
And Atute fighting for the rebound. She gets it to set up the 3 from Falatea. It's good. The BYU transfer knocks it down.
Using the paint cross court.
Bell with the rebound ahead to Fiso. No one in between her and the basket. And no problem with the layup.
On this team.
It'll be Fiso looking to set up shot. Gets it to Atute, one freshman to another, but the shot no good. Rebounded by Wagner, who scores it, and the foul.
Line.
Oregon winning the rebound battle 35-19. And it's Long pick in her pocket. She'll take it back the other way. Crosses over once, gets it inside to Atute, who scores it. Great pass from Oregon. Gets it to Atute as Graves lets the young players play here. Long tries the 3 and hits it. She connects. United Arena. Good participation and shout as well in between the 2 quarters as we get started in the 4th. It's Alexis Whitfield who gets to the basket. She puts it right through. She'll send it over to Whitfield, who tries the 3. No good, but rebound for Tilliander, who scores. And the Swedish sophomore gets her first basket.
Doing the right thing, looking on the court for her players, but just thinking a little too far ahead, not making sure that she had the ball secured.
Sammy Wagner knocks down the jumper with lower half injuries this fall. Both able to get into the game. They suit up and play in this exhibition. I can see yet another score there by Tilliander, but Kelly Graves going to...
That's exactly what you want to do if you're Oregon. Take your time this late in the 4th.
Wagner to Bell, and Whitfield's now got 8. He can help us improve. Ball now with Rambis, but back to Falatea. She'll drive to her left and is going to score. Nice floater there.
Drive like that, but she was able to find a wide open lane through the middle of the paint.
And there's Falatea on the score. Easily takes it to the back.
Also came into the Big Ten, and just to think of USC has Juju Hawkins, one of those standout players, once in a generation. So they're still going to be faced. Last year they had a fantastic sophomore squad led by Kiki Rice, who they are going to see again this year. So yes, you're still going to face those difficult teams. But the Pac-12 in general last year.
For Oregon, of course, their season will start with some non-conference opponents, which Kelly Graves is very excited about the difficulty of those opponents as well. There's a lot to learn about this Oregon roster, which all of a sudden we mentioned she's hopefully going to be healthy for the Ducks this year. We've seen her on the court a couple times here tonight, but Peyton Scott missed all of last year. Grace Van Sloot, one of the stars for the Ducks. I think we were going to see in the starting 5. It might be some walk-ons, might be some players who were freshmen playing with very little experience. This year it seems like Kelly Graves and, of course, the new recruitment coordinator.
They were going to start. It was a tough season. This year, you never want to see a have options. You can work with your team. You can throw. There's many groups of 5 you can throw out onto this floor, and Kelly Graves should be confident in every single one of them.
The transfers making their impact felt as one of those freshmen, Katie Fiso, looks to dribble out the final seconds of the clock. Her 3 is good. It's going to get Fiso up to 15 points.
It's a Michigan game, but that's the confidence you want to see from Oregon.
And that will do it. Your final score, 110-19. Business as usual for the Ducks 2024-25 season. Oregon does everything you could hope for them. They'll shake hands.